Hey guys, Griffin here. Today I'll be discussing how I plan to make $1 million with Web3 gaming, including what games I will be actively investing in, what assets I'll be purchasing in those games, as well as my overall strategy. Now let's get straight into it. First, I want to talk about how I want to dollar cost average into my favorite games during this extended bear market that we're seeing. Now, we're in a crypto bear market for several reasons, many of them involving bankruptcies and multi-billion dollar fraud and all sorts of fun things like that. But this hasn't really been anything negative towards Web3 gaming in and of itself. Web3 games just haven't really been able to thrive yet because of the development time required to actually make these Web3 games. So there are actually very few Web3 games that are currently available to play, and there are very few Web3 games that are successful right now. So I'm going to use this time to find NFT games that I enjoy playing, of which there are several, primarily Spider Tanks, Splinterlands, Illuvium are the ones that I'm enjoying at the moment. And I'll also be trying to purchase a variety of assets in each ecosystem, primarily the cryptocurrency that actually powers the ecosystem and backs it. So for Gala, this would be Gala Coin, or they even have Silk for Spider Tanks. If I want to get that specific, maybe I do, maybe I don't. But the general crypto coin that controls the ecosystem of that game, if it exists, because I like having some liquid assets to counteract the illiquid NFTs, but also the NFTs that typically provide passive income from land ownership or allowing me to create value inside of the game itself. Those are the ones I typically tend to look for because they hold their value a little bit better in the long term. And eventually, I think that as these games see more player counts and see more development time, they will become more popular, and then I can decide, well, maybe it's time for me to sell off some of my assets to recoup my initial investment, or if I want to double down and go even harder, we'll just see how the macroeconomic environment evolves over the next couple of years. But I'm not expecting to see returns on these for at least a few years, and I would expect that you should include a broadened time horizon for this type of thing, because especially with Web3 gaming right now, it's a very tentative space. And there's a lot of work that needs to be done yet for this to go mainstream. And I would say that if you are looking for quick returns, this is not the space or time to be doing that. And so that leads into my second point, which is that I will be playing new games and seeing if I enjoy them and making sure that I spread the net a little bit, because some of these games are going to die as this bear market progresses. Some of them may have mismanaged funds or spent too much during the bull market, and so they're not necessarily going to be able to have enough runway to get to the game to where it's really marketable and fun. And if that's the case, then I want to have a net that is spread pretty wide so that I can encompass an amount that I'm comfortable with on each game that I'm interested in playing. And so that allows me so that if one hits really big, it should cover the losses that I'm taking on the rest of them, right? And this diversified portfolio of Web3 games is amalgamous right now, but I think that it's going to include at least some games from Gala Games, Splinterlands, and Illuvium, but I'm broadening this circle every day. And I hope that, as the years progress, we get more and more fun and exciting Web3 games that I can potentially diversify into. So as the space progresses, this list will change, but this is what I'm looking at currently. And so I will be playing games like Big Time in order to see if I enjoy that as they come out. And if I do, then, putting some of my money into that as well, just to make sure that if some of them die, I can still come out on top. So for my third point, I want to talk about how I'm going to operate the nodes that I have for passive income and play daily whenever possible. Now, I'm pretty busy. I do work full-time as well as a part-time gig, and now I'm trying to do YouTube, so I'm absolutely crazy. I don't have as much time to play games as I would like, despite my degree in game design and my passion for gaming. And so I think that as long as I'm able to play, semi-regularly and set up systems that assist me to play, be it some kind of bot or just a passive structure like a node that allows me to turn on my computer and provide processing power to the network in exchange for some of the cryptocurrency associated with a particular ecosystem, then that can be a really good way for me to still get some return, even though I'm not actively playing a Web3 game, And right now the returns are so low that even if I miss a couple of days, it's not going to make as big of an impact. It's not like I'm getting, hundreds of dollars a day anymore on this kind of stuff. And so, these returns will stack up in the long run. And so I want to make sure that I'm participating and that I am enjoying the games that I play, because I think that one of the core tenets of Web3 gaming is the game fun? And if the game is not fun, then I'm going to move on personally from investing in it. And so because this is all speculation and everything could change in a heartbeat in the crypto space, definitely not financial advice. I'm not qualified, and I wouldn't expect you to take this as financial advice. Hopefully you understand that. But the idea behind it is that I can scale in and make sure that I'm not exposing myself to too much. I'm pretty much fully out of debt at this point. And so by using this strategy, I'll be able to ensure that if there is a bull market that comes at some point in the future, I'm ready to capitalize on it and hopefully become a millionaire in the process. That's my end goal here. And so I hope you learned something from this video. If you've got more questions for me on my strategy and what I plan on doing, please leave them in the comments below. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. And if you'd like to check out another video that I have on how I could have become a Web3 millionaire already, then I'll leave that on screen for you now. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.